Welcome once again to Breakfast Central, Friday morning edition of Breakfast Central. And we have with us one of our very, very special sports presenters. Of course, Onyinyechi Obaro is joining us right next to share with us what's going on in Mali and why they have banned 7 players from their senior men's national basketball team. Good morning, Onyinyechi.
Good morning, Ursa. That is what we're about to talk about to get clarity on what happened in the Mali Basketball Federation. But before I talk about that, I must remind you that the Women's African Cup of Nations is still ongoing. They say women first. So let's look at the results from yesterday's games as we have the girls separated from the women right now. South Africa put 3 against Burundi yesterday, ending a 4-goal thriller in that encounter. While Nigeria, the defending champions, they returned to winning ways. They put 2 goals against Botswana. Botswana, who had a Cinderella outing in their first game in the Women's African Cup of Nations, had to suffer their first defeat yesterday against the defending champions. But today we expect to see 2 games more in the Women's African Cup of Nations. Burkina Faso will take on Uganda today, the Crested Cranes. So their faith is hanging in the balance now. If they win this game, they had hopes of going to the quarterfinals. Morocco, the host nation, would take on Senegal in the encounter for today. So quarterfinal berth will be ready for 2 nations, African nations, who would defeat their opponent today. Now, also, let me tell you what is happening in Mali. Now, the Mali Basketball Federation has banned 7 players from the senior men's national basketball team. Now, the ban is a fallout of Mali's disqualification from the FIBA 2023 African Basketball World Cup qualifiers, the second round of qualifiers, due to no-show. Mali was considered to be the favorites to win the group during the latest round of qualifiers in Rwanda, but the team never played a game. The Malian players went on strike, thereby forfeiting games against Uganda and Nigeria. A protest led by University of Arizona's 7-feet center Omar Ballo, Ibrahim Djambo, the captain of the side, among other players, resulted in their forfeiture for 2 games. Now, this is an apparent protest against the Mali Basketball Federation due to unpaid bonuses, according to the players. Now, after the second forfeiture against Nigeria, Mali was disqualified from the tournament under FIBA rules. Omar Ballo, Ibrahim Djambo, Drissa Ballo, Ibrahim Sadibe, and 3 other players involved in that protest have been banned from the national team by the federation. Now, to give us clarity on what really happened and why staging the protest, we have the captain of the Mali men's basketball team, Ibrahim Djambo, joining us all the way from New York. Thank you, Ibrahim, for joining us on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay, we need clarity right now. News made the rounds that you and 6 other players stayed back at your hotel rooms and did not show up for 2 games in the FIBA 2023 World Cup qualifiers. Please, let's have clarity. Why did you miss those games against Uganda and Nigeria?
Like I said, thank you for having me to clarify this situation. And we missed those games because we trying to bring something new in our federation, in our basketball sport ministry in country. You know, we trying to make the things change, the way people do things in Mali, and we are suffering from that. And so this was that was like a big opportunity for us to show people back home that we are better than this. We want the situation to be better. We want people to do things better way because we have talent. We have players that can really play in a high level, but we need people. We need people around us that are gonna help us to reach the highest level, to the highest goal as much as possible. And we saw that there was no respect, no consideration from people that are supposed to help us to reach those levels. So we were and this situation been going on forever. And this was the opportunity to cry out and to say that, hey, we need to change. Things need to change from now on. So that's what we did. And we think that we did what we're supposed to do, and things gonna change in the future and for the future generation.
Okay, that singular act right now has made the Mali Basketball Federation ask you and 6 other players. Now, according to the statement from Omar Barlow after that announcement via social media account, he says your grievances were unpaid bonuses, false promises, lack of respect for players, among others that he listed in that statement on social media. Can you tell us what is owed by the Federation and in what way have you been treated with disrespect?
There is so many examples. There is so many examples that I can give you, and I'm not just talking about us as a senior team. I'm talking about all kind of category, like all level, like the under 18, the under 17, the under 20, all category, like female, men and female, like men and women, like all the category, like people being playing, like they just sacrifice themselves, their time, everything they've been doing, but there is no consideration. Big example is Umar Balo, the one who said that he was in the team, the under 19 that went to finish second in the World Cup. And that team never had a chance to have even a dinner with the president or the minister or any bonus or anything. Like they played their heart out and nothing happened for them. Nothing changed for them, never got a call from anybody to encourage them. And those kind of things, like when we see that, we like, no, we are around people that are now passionate about this sport, and we need that to change. It's not just for this time. The Federation, the ministry, they owe all the basketball player, a lot of bonus. And it's been going on for years. For years now. You will see our women's team will go to the World Cup in like maybe a month or something, but they still didn't get their bonus from the last AfroBasket, And those are kind of things that we really need to change. We really need things to happen in different ways. Like you can't just keep going like this and you want the result and you're not working for the result. So there is so many bonuses that need to be paid, but it looks like they don't even try to make it happen. So that's why we really react the way we did, and we don't regret anything about it.
Okay, you do not regret anything about it, but after the announcement by the Federation, have there been any talks about settling those bonuses owed?
Nothing being talked about, and we just here. We never even got a call or a message from anybody from the Federation or the ministry. All we got was a letter telling us that we were suspended, we were banned forever. So just that can tell you like what they're trying to do, or they're trying to fix things, or they're just trying to make it worse.
Do you think the protests have sent a loud message for change, or should we expect the Federation running the same system again and again?
Trust me. I had calls, I had messages from anywhere, and I'm proud of what we did. And the message really reached where we wanted it to reach. Trust me on that, and the change will come.
Okay, we'll cross our fingers on that. But Ibrahim, do you intend to take your grievance to the Mali Sport Ministry or the Federation of International Basketball Association, FIBA?
Oh yeah, we're not gonna let this happen. We like we say first, we really apologize to all the Malians for our action, because some people don't understand why we did it. For them, it's like we humiliated our country. But that wasn't the purpose. The purpose is to send a message so things can change in the future. So this, I know the FIBA are gonna try to do something about it, but we're gonna go first to FIBA and tell them, make them understand. So we already have a lawyer who working with us for this situation, and we really we are confident that FIBA will understand and will do something about it. So we're really working on it, and we're not gonna let this just pass by like that.
So this is not only peculiar to Mali alone. This happens in all African Basketball Federation. What is your message? If you have the chance to send a message today via this medium through News Central, what is your message to African basketball federations?
My message to all the African Federation is we need people who are passionate about this sport. When you are passionate about this sport, you're gonna do things the right way so people can bring the result that you were expecting. Somebody who's passionate is gonna put all he got, all his effort, so people that are practicing those sports can be well prepared and ready for the competition. So we need people, especially that like former players that play before, they know the situation, they know the system, they know what it takes for a player to be in the high level, to play in the high level. So those players, we need them in the federation, maybe not as a president or the vice president, but at least like an advisor or some like people are around to help to run the federation like they're supposed to. So we need people that are passionate about the sport. That's all we're asking, and that's gonna make the change.
Okay, we wait for that change. But Ibrahim, just in case things settles and you get recalled to the national team, would you accept that invitation to play for Mali again?
I'm sorry to say that, but if the system keep being the way it is right now, I'm sorry, I'm not playing for the national team anymore. And I hope it's not gonna be the case, and I hope they will understand this call, because we're not trying to fight them. We're not trying to have a war against our federation. We're just trying to make things change. You know, we want to be in a better situation so we can show the world what Mali really got. That's all we're trying to do. It's not about the money. It's about how things are run. Like, we want the change. And if it keep being this way, I'm going to keep fighting on my side, but to be in a situation and play again like that, I don't think it's going to happen. I'm sorry to say that.
This conversation seems a bit emotional for me, but I'm hoping and crossing my fingers that we see the change we expect from the Mali Basketball Federation. Thank you, Ibrahim Djambo, for joining us today on Breakfast Sport. We do appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
There, of course, the captain of the Mali basketball team. He is one of the players, one of 7 players that have been banned from the national team. Of course, the Mali Basketball Federation did say they would not call this selected 7 due to the protest they staged at the FIBA World Cup qualifiers in Rwanda, missing 2 games against Uganda and Nigeria. Osa Olive, of course, this is the change we're looking for on the African scene. And when it comes to sport, it is important that players' welfare are considered.
Absolutely. It's a very sad development. I mean, it must have been a long time coming for it to get to the point where they had to protest on an international level such as this. And we do hope that this is resolved. But more importantly, that respect is being paid to African sportsmen. We don't want to see conversations like this on the public scene. It's quite embarrassing. We must do better.
Yeah, and I hope they listen to, and of course, I hope that the Basketball Federation understands, that once in a while you need to take criticism and do better. Banning or suspending, doesn't fix the problem. You continue to deal with that problem until you actually listen to what the players are saying. But thanks anyway, and thanks for pulling him over to speak with us this morning, Onyinyechi.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
All right.